Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to MS Biz. Today's segment is going to be on self-care, so make sure you listen to the entire episode so you can hear what our top 2 self-care techniques are.
Raise your hand if you are ever stressed. I am pretty much always stressed, and I don't really realize it until I have these brief moments in time where I physically feel my blood pressure dropping and I suddenly become aware, oh wow, I was really stressed. But that's kind of the normal for me. I live life in a state of constant stress most of the time, both because of my business responsibilities, but also because of family life and raising children and everything that comes with that. So today we want to fill you in on our top recommendations and the things that we do to help de-stress and take care of ourselves and our health.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is taking care of your health. So Brooke, what do you use to really take some time to reflect on making sure that you are feeling your very best?
So for me, taking care of my health is all about efficiency. If it takes too long, I'm not going to do it. So I will never be the person who can consistently meal prep. It is not going to happen. Like, I have tried it in the past and I have done it for a week or two and then did not continue. So I have to come up with ways to do things in a healthy way quickly. So one of the things that I do and enjoy is these green juices. There's a number of brands. You can Google them. I look for one that's flash frozen, so they juice it and then they immediately freeze it. So that helps keep the nutrition inside the juice. And then I order them and they're delivered to my door. They come frozen, and then I put them in my freezer, and each day I'll take out 1 or 2 and let them thaw for the next day or 2. It's also a great disciplinary tool for your children. When my daughters, who are 11 and 12, are fighting each other, I say, all right, time for green juice. And they go, no, we don't want green juice. So it's a great disciplinary tool because they are getting healthy with their nutrition, and it's also a huge deterrent to fighting.
One thing you mentioned is, something that takes time and thought to prep out. And one of the biggest struggles I had was remembering to take my vitamins every day. I had a whole medicine cabinet full of every type of vitamin that you could ever think of known to man. And I would never remember to take it because it was up in the medicine cabinet and it required work for me to do. So I discovered a company called Persona. And what they do is they create these vitamin packages for you to take twice a day. It's got an AM pack and it's got a PM pack. And what's really cool about this company is you fill out a quiz and answer questions about yourself. So they learn like how old you are. They ask you if you go outside, so they can recommend like a D vitamin or not. They're asking very specific questions to find out what kind of nutrients that you need. And then every single month they send me my box of vitamins, and I just basically pull it from the dispensary. I take it in the morning and then I take one in the evening, and I can tell you, since I've been taking it consecutively and consistently on a daily basis, it has made a world of difference in how I feel and how I function every single day.
That's a great tip because, again, as busy women and busy professionals, the time that it takes to, and I've done this before, get the little Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday boxes and take all the different vitamins and put them in the box for each day. And again, I do that for a couple weeks and then I stop. So having it already prepackaged for you is probably the only way that I would consistently be able to take vitamins.
And it makes such a world of difference in your life. Think about it. If you are not taking care of your health, you are not functioning optimally. And I can definitely tell you that since I've been taking this product, I've had more energy, I've been sleeping better, and I just feel better altogether. So I highly recommend that product. Now, Brooke, you have something very interesting that you do in terms of working out and taking care of yourself. Can you explain what that entails?
So I call it the 1 minute workout. And my friends make fun of me. They say, did you do your 1 minute workout today? And the story behind it is that I read a book called Atomic Habits, and I highly recommend it if you haven't read it. And what it said is it taught me that the nature of humans is to be lazy. And number one, that was important to me because it took away the feeling of failure or the negative feelings about myself of that I wanted to just sit around sometimes, and that was natural. And so to overcome our nature, we have to sometimes trick ourselves into doing things that we want to do and need to do, but don't always do. So I wanted to get into the habit of consistently working out, but I didn't look forward to it. I like to do things that are fun, and like maybe a dance class or something like that, but I could never fit that into my schedule. So doing some other type of workout was just not really fun or something that I looked forward to. So what I did was, and I also knew that the only time I would be able to consistently work out would be in the morning, because once the kids are awake and my day begins, there's just no consistent time each day that I have to myself to be able to work out, except for, after they go to bed. But at that point, I'm too tired and I knew I wouldn't be able to do it. So I wanted to create a habit of consistently waking up early and working out. So the way I tricked my brain into doing this is I told myself, if you wake up, you only have to work out for 1 minute and you can go back to sleep. So that's what I did. I set my alarm. I woke up. I turned on, I had a video program that I was working out to, and I did 1 minute of exercise and went back to sleep. And I did that for day after day after day until it started to get easier. And the reason that worked was because in my brain I thought, okay, if I can just get up and do 1 minute, then I can come back to sleep. Because if I were to tell myself, hey, it's time to get up and do a 30-minute workout, it wasn't going to happen. I was going to go back to sleep. I was just going to turn off the alarm. But if it was only 1 minute, I would get up and do it. So started to do that, and eventually it got easier to get up, and I started doing 2 minutes, and then I would do 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then eventually I worked up to a 30-minute workout, and it started to become a habit, and it was not so treacherous to wake up. My body started to get used to it, and it just became natural to wake up. And it's almost like when you wake up, your body is expecting it, and your body is kind of looking forward to it once you've created that habit. So that's a major tip that I have for anyone who's looking to create a routine and a habit, is try the 1 minute workout.
That's excellent advice, Brooke. I can't tell you how just changing the way you look at things can make all the difference in your life. I did that. I was trying to run one time to get ready for a 5K, and I hate running. Like, I absolutely cannot stand it. But I would tell myself consistently, like, I love running. And I would be running, and I would think, like, man, I really hate this. But I would tell myself, I love running. I love running so much. And eventually it got to be where I really enjoyed running. And now I like running. So sometimes kind of like tricking your mind in the way that you think can help you to create those healthy habits that really do enrich and add value to your life. Another tip that works very well for me is making sure that I get enough sleep. So back in the day, I used to stay awake until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning working, and then I would be right back up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I thought that with less sleep, I had more hours to work and I could get more stuff done. But what I discovered is while I was awake with the sleep deprivation, I was not performing optimally. So even though I had all these extra hours where I could get stuff done, I found that by getting extra sleep during the night, I was able to perform twice as much because I was functioning at my highest capacity. So I cannot encourage you enough to make sure that you're getting enough rest so that you feel good, you function at your best, and you stay healthy and don't get sick.
Yeah, sleep is so important to me as well. My husband teases me that my bedtime is like an old lady, and it's true. Like when the kids go to bed, I go to bed shortly after them. But I find that I'm now waking up even earlier. Like, it's rare that I don't wake up before my alarm clock because my body has now gotten accustomed to about 7 hours sleep being as much as I need. So I feel pretty rested and ready to get up now that my body's getting the optimal amount of sleep. Another thing that I do is I have a membership at one of these places. They have them in most towns, where they have, it's like $50 or $60 a month for a massage or facial that you can get each month. And I have contemplated canceling that membership so many times, and even taken steps to cancel it at times. But someone helped change my perspective on that when they said, stop looking at it as like, something that is like a luxury in life, and start looking at it as something that is necessary to your own mental health. And so when I changed my perspective and I thought this really is important to helping me to lower my stress levels, lower the cortisol levels, then I was able to take advantage of that membership and enjoy it more. But also, what I like about my membership is that even though there are plenty of months that I have to cancel the massage or facial I have scheduled, the points save up, and then I can buy their products, face creams and different products that they sell that are quality. I like their products. I can buy those with the points, and I feel like I'm, getting all these products for free, even though I'm actually paying for them through my monthly membership. But they don't go to waste because I can use the points. And also, it's critical that I schedule the massage or facial. I schedule it for either 5 p.m. or 5:15 p.m. It forces me to have to leave work at a regular hour, not stay too late at work. But it also, I'll be finished by 6 or 6:15. I can be home by 6:30. So it doesn't cut into my work day too much or into my family life too much. So it's important to schedule it at a time. That time works well for me because I can do it without missing too much of my evening with my family, and also still get a full day of work in.
And you actually just brought up an excellent point, Brooke, about time blocking. You know, we as business owners, entrepreneurs, working professionals, like we're so busy taking care of everybody else, making sure that everything is functioning properly. We're putting out fires, like we are thrown in thousands of different directions. And it's really easy to say, oh, well, you know, I want to go to the gym tonight, or, oh, you know, I want to do this self-care activity. But when you plan those activities in advance, like you say, I want to go get my hair done, or I want to go get my nails done, and you make those appointments in advance, you are more likely to follow through with them versus if you're just going to go after you finish work. So make sure you're taking time and making an effort to schedule those and incorporate them into your calendar so that you are making time for yourself, because you are absolutely worth it. And it's crucial for you to continue to invest in yourself so that you can help others.
Another tip or self-care item that I use is magnesium oil. I sit a lot in my job. I'm at a computer, you know, most hours of the day. Even my depositions and hearings and mediations are done via Zoom nowadays. So I'm literally sitting at the computer all day, most days. So just from doing that for so many years and not having the best posture, you know, I have gotten aches and pains or muscle tightness in my neck and shoulder area. So the magnesium oil that I use is one that is made by a local chiropractor here in the Orlando area. So if you're interested in this particular oil, reach out to me and I can put you in touch with their product. My email address is brookbolts@boltslegal.com. So the magnesium oil, there's a book out there called The Magnesium Miracle, and it talks about all the benefits of magnesium, but it's the active ingredient in Epsom salt. And Epsom salt, my grandfather made me a believer in, because I jammed my finger playing football one time and it swelled up. And he gave me a little cup and said, just soak your finger in this cup of Epsom salt and water. And I was like, what is he talking about? This is stupid. But I swear to you, by the end of the day, my swelling had gone down to almost nothing, and I became a believer in Epsom salt ever since. So the magnesium is the same active ingredient from Epsom salt, but it's easier to use on places like your neck or your shoulders. And so I put it on, you know, in the evening before bed. She also puts some essential oils and things into her concoction, and I can feel it, a difference, you know, by the next morning.
That's excellent. You know, there's so many natural remedies that exist out there that either we just don't know about or we haven't been told about. So thank you for the recommendation, Brooke, on the magnesium. Something that worked for me was hemp cream. So I was very adamant against it. My mother tried, she got it from the health food store, and she knew that I was in a lot of pain from an accident, and she tried to use it on me. And I was like, no, I don't want that cream on me. And she just said, Rachel, just try it. And I was in so much pain. I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. And I will tell you that cream worked wonders on my body. It helped loosen me up. It felt icy. It felt hot. And it just really added some immediate relief. So that is something also that you can try if you are in pain. Remember, don't suffer through the pain. A lot of times we don't want to take medicine or take Advil. I know when I have headaches, I really don't want to take anything for it. I'm hoping that it'll go away on its own. But I realize that sometimes in order to function at my highest peak, I'm going to have to do something to help with that.
Another major stress relief and sometimes cause of stress is our children. You know, I have noticed that I've had very stressful days, And when I come home from work and my 3-year-old runs and greets me at the door and gives me a big hug, and then we sit down and cuddle on the couch for a little while, that I can feel the stress leaving my body. And it's almost as if 30 minutes later I have forgotten everything that was stressing me out for the day, and I'm in a whole new world. So, spending time with our children in loving, affectionate, and fun ways is important, not only to their, health and well-being, but for ourselves and our own mental and emotional health. What are some things you like to do with your kids, Rachel?
So I like to do a couple different things. I like to go to theme parks with the children. We live in Central Florida, so it's a great location if you like to go to theme parks. But what it does is it not only helps us to really bond and connect as a family, which helps emotionally, but it also offers exercise. We're walking around the theme park all day, and before I know it, my watch is telling me that we walk 10 miles. So we're able to get some good exercise. We get some sun. The son and I, we have like a love-hate relationship. So I try to be very careful around it, but it does allow me to get some sun when we go to the theme park. We get to experience new things together. We get to make memories. So that is one hobby that I really, really enjoy. And then coming up with those routines. It's really easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. But I have been trying to create a routine with my children where every night at the same time, it's movie time or we're watching a series, but it's our time without interruption that we can spend together, and we can, do something together that's relaxing. We can talk about it and strengthen our relationship. So those are things that I really enjoy doing to alleviate stress and improve my self-care.
And I think, as you said, it's important to do something consistently. The theme parks is wonderful to do on special occasions or several times a year, but we have to also have things that we're doing daily, like you mentioned. And so for me, one of the neighbors in my neighborhood has a playground in her backyard, and she invites the neighborhood families over pretty much every evening. So my 3-year-old just loves to go to play on that playground and play with the neighborhood kids. And so we walk over and go to their house several times a week, almost every day. And it's just a great stress relief for me because I can relax and chat with my friends and the other moms in the neighborhood while the kids run around and play. And it's great exercise and, helps, use their energy, up for bedtime, and just really, it's just really good for all of us.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up today's episode of Self-Care. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if you found value of it or found a good tip or you just liked hearing about it, remember to follow us on our podcast and leave us a review. We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found MS Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at MS Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltslegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltsmedia.com. Let's get biz done.